Guys, it's 1 million degrees. It's so hot. Anyway, hi, Tasty Strawman, Tiny T-Temp. Welcome. You're the early ones. Hi Punky. It's hot. I'm in like a hot mood. Not like a looking hot mood, but in like a feeling hot. You know where your brain just doesn't work anymore? It's -13, Athena. Isn't that just wild? Isn't that wild? Like on fire hot, there are 6 fires currently burning across the state, I think. But it's 45 degrees. It's 6 o'clock. Well, it's 7 o'clock now and it's 42 degrees. Just so you know. Tasty, what a flex. A 50 stream streak. That's fancy. Yeah, it's 7 p.m. and it's 42 degrees. Now, my aircon works. Filth. Have flanners. Father Haggis, I know. And if you did end up tweaking, I'm slightly low against the background music. Okay, I will turn this down a little bit. Is that a bit better? I have no AC in a tiny unit. That sounds horrific. I'm glad I cleaned my AC the other week because at least my house doesn't smell bad. But my AC has been on all day. It's been on all day. All day. Truly. But that's fine. It's no biggie. I didn't do anything. And that's a privilege. It's so privileged. What do you mean? It's 45 degrees. I did nothing. I washed my dog. Hi, MDA. You finished your 3rd book of the year. I'm jealous. I haven't had any time to really dig into mine, but I'm hoping when I go to get my colonoscopy and like rest the day before / prep, I can do the thing. Not even work on a deck. Ultimate Demon, I did nothing. I washed my dog. I ate pretty shit food. Like, it's not even couch rotting, it was bed rotting. But considering it's my only bed rot day so far this year, I'm okay with it. I don't think it's that bad. But I really didn't do much. I didn't even do the washing I was supposed to do. I just couldn't. I just looked at it, the pile, and I was like, that is beyond me today. I'm not doing it. I refuse. So hopefully I can pull it together and do that tomorrow instead. Maybe. Dog wash is something. I mean, yes. But I just wanted to keep her cool, you know? Aw, thank you, Jaeger. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, TikTok is going through some stuff because of the new ownership. Everybody's getting banned. There's all sorts of suppression happening. Yeah, TikTok's in the bin. But yeah, it's a bit of a scam, to be honest. It also unfollowed me from Basan. I mean, that's just not surprising to me. It's basically owned by Israel now, so cool. At least in America. Yeah, American TikTok is not in a good spot. Not at all. Um, so yeah, all the clips I've seen today have just been people like, what is going on? This is crazy. You simply reverse hibernated? Look, I think I just really needed a day. Um, of like nothing. And that's truly what I did. Nothing. So I understand that. I think that's smart. Punky. And let's be honest, I bring enough TikTok here for everyone, in my opinion. The further away you can get from doom scrolling, the better it is for you. IMO. Hi, Static. Good morning. How are you doing? Chat, there's just... I have some work to do here, but... Just waking up. How have you been? It's 45 degrees here today. It's 7 o'clock and it's still 42 degrees. And I'm gonna be so real. That temperature had me doing nothing. Like it's so funny. I've done so much this month. I feel no shame whatsoever admitting that. Do you know what I mean? I feel no shame. None whatsoever. Is there stuff I could have done? Absolutely. Did I guilt myself for not doing it? You know I did. But am I doing it? Nope. Nope. It's not happening. 42 degrees, get it in the fridge, truly. So hot. Hi, Eric. I mean, I'm here. I washed my hair. I'm working. I washed my dog. You know, it's fine. I've been in such a good like routine. This is kind of the first break in routine, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, I was actually talking to one of my neighbors in the elevator today. And she was like, "You're lucky, like my apartment's boiling. It's fucked." And I was like, "Thank God my aircon works." Hi, Classy. I mean, Rokus, I know people who stay at work. I know people who go to friends' houses. Like, I know most of my friends are in good positions to look after themselves in the heat. It's a great time to go to a movie or a shopping center and just peruse. The library? Well, Mamdani would tell you to go to the library and read Heated Rivalry. So, a tee. That was so funny. Oh, I did on our early walk this morning, I did get groceries. So I didn't do nothing because I realized I needed to have like some food for the next 2 days, even though I have to eat really plain. So I just got 2 salmons and some rice, and I'll probably just eat that for dinner the next 2 nights because I'm not really allowed to eat much. But today I literally had rice pasta with cheese. Oh, California snow, thanks for the 100 bits. Rice pasta with cheese as like a scuffed mac and cheese. And then I had a box of gluten-free shapes, which is not good. It's not good. I'm not proud of it. It's actually, yeah. Athena, I've done one before and it all went pretty smoothly. Thanks, Calypso. It all went pretty smoothly. So I do kind of know what I'm doing. It's just like, what are shapes again? They're like little biscuits. I'm sure they're not good for me. Whatever. I probably should have eaten a little healthier, if I'm being honest. But you know, when I'm in like that, I had like a little moment of rebellion where I was like, no, I just want to eat a box of shapes. Yeah, but like, it feels gross. Like I haven't had a fruit, I haven't had a vegetable. I was thinking I might squeeze some orange juice later, maybe, because I have a single orange.
Guys, it's not a cult. You can't just tell everybody it's a cult when they first come in. You'll scare them off. It's a community, guys. Community. Keep it casual. Fuck.
Well, well, that's just out of the blue. Oh my gosh, thank you for the 25 gifted subs. That's very, very kind. Thank you so much. That, I mean, thank you. I don't even know what else to say. That's so nice. Thank you so much. Calypso, why are you saying 25 scams? Oh, that's so nice, Strawman. I ate a box of Jats for lunch at 3 p.m. It's that kind of day. Physics, you and me both. Like, I did the same thing. Oh, they got scammed for every sub? I was gonna say, I'm a great content creator. Sometimes, not really. It's fine. But yeah, I was thinking if I just juice an orange later, that'll be some vitamin C and maybe I won't feel so shit. Because you're not allowed to have fruits or vegetables, basically anything super fibrous. You're always saying you scam your audience? Yeah, but that's what... Oh, wait, we're at level 4. That I am scamming my audience right now. I do scam my audience with an incredible Irish accent for a level 4 hype train. Do you know what I mean? I'm nothing if not repetitive, and it's great. Everybody loves it. They think it's just, wow, that's delightful. Love an Irish lass on a level 4 hype train on a Pixel Smixel stream. Well, Eric, I only have one orange, okay? I have one orange, that's all I got. My auntie, who is Irish, is rolling in a grave at the moment with that accent. What do you mean? It's such a good Irish accent. Everybody says so. Thanks, Seven. Thanks so much. And we got the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds to really enjoy the glory that is my Irish accent. If you have chicken, I don't have any chicken. So no. I do not. I have rice and salmon. Why can't you have fibers? Because I'm having a procedure on Friday, and it's a gastroscopy and a colonoscopy, and so you have to be entirely empty, you know? And so you have to eat non-fibrous foods for a few days beforehand, and then you have to do like a prep drink that clears out everything else. Oh, Calypso, it's fine. Everybody says the prep is really bad, but it's not that bad. I've done it before. It's really I've had the drinks before. It's fine. You just down the drink and then you go to the toilet a few times. It's really not that bad in my opinion. I am going under general because of the gastroscopy. And if you would like to know exactly how much it cost me in Australia to get this done, I had to pay a $30 admin fee. I had to pay $180 out of pocket for the anesthetist, and it's $600 for the procedure, but my health insurance covers all of it except I think another $30. So in order to go get this done, it's about $250, I think. So you seem good there. I'm just really matter of fact about it. Usually they do it under Twilight, not General. I mean, I'm going under General, so it's I mean, maybe it'll just be like quite a light General. I'm not sure. But it's under General because it goes down quite deep down your throat. But it's really like a 20-minute procedure, so or something. Look, I'm not particularly stressed because recently I had my whole abdomen CT scanned and I had an ultrasound as well, and everything looks pretty good. The only thing that's bad is my tummy and my allergies. And I think it's got to be more than gluten. So it'll be interesting to see. Guys, thank you for the level 4 hype train, which was mostly only presents. So thank you so much for those. That is extremely generous. I'm very grateful. Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of want to like see if I can't heal my allergies. I know there's no cure for celiac or anything like that, but because I don't have blood markers, I'm just wondering if I can heal myself to a point where I'm good. This is gonna sound wrong, and I really don't want to say that people are responsible for their own health problems, because that's just not the truth. Sometimes shit just happens. But the way all of my issues have come about, I think it really did start because I starved myself as a teenager. Thanks, Calypso. I don't need any more advice though. I don't have IBD and I don't have oral allergy syndrome. And I have no markers for celiac. I have no markers for Crohn's. I have no diverticulitis. I already know all of it, but I don't have irritable bowel either. There are no markers. So, if you think I haven't educated myself pretty fully on all of the things, I have. I also don't really feel like there's anything that wrong with me right now, but that tummy episode in December kind of scared me a little bit. So No, Calypso, you're so fine. I so get it. But this is my second colonoscopy. It's like a checkup one just to make sure it hasn't gotten any worse. But I feel like I have been, navigating. Like, I don't think corn is very good for me. I think corn is really bad. But there's so much, and I was on the pill for a long time. I was on meds, and it's like I do think that shit snowballs. Like, there are so many there are just so many different moving parts to being a human, especially if you have a uterus, right? Because, like, if you're on birth control, that changes your hormones, and oui, bonjour, that would not surprise me in the slightest. I just know there's such a huge difference. Males have issues too, and that's what you felt the need to say just then. You're joking, right? You're joking. Males have issues? Come on. Come on. I've never once talked about a male issue on my stream. Not once. Endometriosis. Unironically, Calypso, the ultrasound guy did mention I should check out endometriosis potentially. So I don't know if he saw something or what, but I don't really have any pain or anything like that, so. Clun. Found out years ago I need way more water than the average person. That's interesting. Why is that, Vegeta? Detective Tater. You haven't offended me, Eric Fuse, but when people are talking about women's issues, especially women's health issues, and especially when I'm sitting here talking about my own health issue, and people go, men have issues too, when I'm talking specifically about mine, and especially when women's health issues are documented as being chronically understudied, right? There's a lot of things put in a basket for women that have just never been studied or taken seriously. Endometriosis wasn't taken seriously until very recently. And so it's just sometimes a little frustrating when you say that, like, a lot of issues come with having a uterus, that people go, men have issues too. I can tell you all about prostate cancer. I can tell you all about men and heart attacks and all of the things that can happen. I can tell you a lot. I watch Grey's Anatomy. I'm well versed. I do understand that men's balls hurt sometimes too and can be very sensitive. That must be so hard. That's definitely a health thing, hey, Vegeta. I find it, you American? I find it so interesting how many people in America drink so much soda. This is coming from a girl who has like a glass of Coke Zero a day. Haven't had any today yet, but if all you drink is soda, it's pretty bad for you. Hi, Broadside. I'm sorry you have anxiety and panic attacks, though. That's scary. Sweethearts, if you are autistic, it's not necessarily that you need to get tested. Honestly, if you have a lot of the symptoms of being autistic, Google what can help you. Most of it you have to do yourself. There's actually not that much support. Yeah, this is going to sound insane because it depends on what level needs you have, right? But there is, if you understand your own neurodivergence, you can put in place and do the work to help yourself a little bit. It's really nice if you have help from other people, but I would say with the diagnosis, it's just kind of, I mean, they might help you with disability and money, but then it's just the same fucking bullshit that you have to deal with anyway. Yeah, Calypso, I don't like to think of it as your brain being fucked though. That, yeah, and Detective Tato, it's just they can help you like unmask as well, but to a certain level, like there's a level of functioning in society that is comfortable for some people and it's different for everyone. It's really different for everyone, but everything I have ever learned about mental health is that most of it, there is no one fix, there is no pill fix, there is nothing. And it is a lot of the time one foot in front of the other, doing imperfect work to make your life more comfortable for yourself. Um, but there is it. It's not a bad thing. Your life is work either way. You know. That's fair, Calypso, but your language is your reality. So I understand that it's humor, but as language does influence your reality, you know, I think talking about things differently is part of the story. Yeah, but PCOS and endo you can get without a autism diagnosis, Clunt, but there are comorbidities, obviously. This is not a particularly hot take. I don't think either. Like if you have the words to explain to yourself, like for example, today I would say I experienced a pretty big amount of extreme dysfunction, but I was able to lie there and tell myself I have had the biggest month ever. I have not stopped. I have not slowed down. And it is okay to rest. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break. And so once you get better at telling yourself better stories about your life experience, I do think it gets a little easier if you have the capability to do so. Eric, I just don't like your attitude in chat. It's really annoying. The dots, whoa, slow down. What do you say? Wow, this is getting complicated. I, opinion. Do you have an opinion? Thank you for explaining what dots indicate. I didn't know. Fox, that makes me happy. Hi, Ellen. I'm good if you're asking how I am. Hi, me millions. Blue. It's so funny. Meeting 1 out of 4 done. Oh, that's a disgusting day. And 25% available. That's a calm day? Oh. Well, great. I'm very happy for you. More cards. This is a full-blown house deposit, so...
Happy 44 months.
Oh, Jax,
Also,
happy
today is my
birthday. Thank you for
birthday.
the 44 months. Are you doing anything nice for your birthday? Thank you so much. Happy birthday. I mean, you could go into the vacuum, Clunt, if you really wanted to, but guitar picks are relatively easy to come across unless it was super sentimental. Like, you could stab the bag if you wanted to. Do you have a favorite card you pulled on stream a couple of days ago? Honestly, I'm just about to figure that out now. As I go through. I'm not digging around in there. I'm allergic to dust mites. You and me both. So, I understand. Hi, Queza. Lol, Vegeta. Out of everyone here, I assume you would assume that. Oh, it's just awful, Blue. I saw so many just absolutely distressing ice videos today. And it got me actually deep in theory. Because like when they're killing you and ignoring due process. The only thing that is giving me hope is that like ICE agents do not have immunity. They don't legally. So if the laws hold and you know you don't fall completely to fascism, I mean these people can be prosecuted in 10 years. And I hope to fuck they are. With all this video evidence, I know people are keeping it. And I hope these people get recognized. I hope they pay for their crimes. That's what I hope. Why is it? Why are you not working? Oh my god, we don't need the beep though. I hope Asmon gets deplatformed eventually for running interference for them by trying to move the goalposts. Asmon has done such irreparable harm to young men. And they're all just grifters. Like, you know that they're grifters, right? Like, they just grift. You developed an eye twitch? I'm just cataloging everything. Pixel, my darling. I mean, yeah, but these people will only move when they think that it's no longer cool to be right-wing. You know that, right? Like, it's right now, it's super cool to be just a Chad who doesn't give a fuck and like a right-wing fucking loser. And that's what everybody thinks cool. I will never forget. Like, I will never forget. They're all only self-serving. They've just followed the money because that's all they fucking care about because they've never learnt to care about anything else. And if money is all that matters to you, you're going to have such a fucking sad life. But that's why. Like, they moved on when it was no longer profitable to be on the left. Like, no one's doing fucking Pride ads these days, are they? No, because guess what? It's not popular right now. What is popular is like exorbitant wealth and being a fucking Chad. It's so frustrating, but oh, okay. Yeah, well, I thought Trump's awful debate performances would Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought his awful debate performances would, you know, not result in a fascist dictatorship, but I was wrong. People are stupid. Biden could barely string a sentence together. It was a low bar. It wasn't even against Biden at this point. It was against Kamala. And, like, I mean, she did great. People are just racist and hate women. And by great, I mean Democratic Party great, you know. It's not all. Let's not go too far, you know. I need a box. I'll deal with it later. I do think in some ways she was really stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, trying not to shit on Biden's presidency while attempting to create her own, perhaps. But, like, still. Hey, Shivering. Oh, you need better than Obama, and I don't know if this can all happen between why will that not scan? Whatever. I just I really don't know if you can vote your way out of this one, guys. I don't know. That's kind of like there needs to be like full blown, there needs to be a grassroots party. That is just something more, you know? A lot of these don't scan very well. I mean that would feel like something, Vox. Historically, the only people that have been able to stand up to fascism are the socialists, are the Marxists, are the communists. You know? It's not, like, historically, it's not really, you don't really, like, vote your way out, and, like, you're a long way down the path. I hope so. I reckon there are a lot of Republicans, I think, that are kind of like, annoyingly so, realizing. I saw a video of a woman today who can't find her husband in the system, and they offered him voluntary deportation. And now he's been lost to the system and she can't even contact him. And she's like, you have to understand, I grew up in a very conservative family in a town just outside of Minneapolis. And she's just like, since I've been deconstructing, I truly just can't believe it. Like, you know? Some of these cards I'm just picking out to keep because they're pretty, by the way. Shivering, I think that'll be really good. It will be interesting to see what the result of that is. I don't know how you get an indictment through. Like, I literally bet on Trump being indicted in his first term because I knew he would be awful. But I gotta go. Okay. Bye-bye. I don't know why some of these just don't want to scan. He was impeached twice, yeah, but never convicted, right? Yeah, it's not enough. Because his support is failing away, then I think it's over. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that, what's her face? The blonde woman in the White House? The press secretary? The fact that she was trying to distance herself and the president from what happened is an indicator they have realized that, like, popularity has started to wane. No, what's her name? Caroline Lyingwit, yeah. Oh, I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene really was just like, see ya. I ain't doing this shit anymore. I think she was an obvious grifter. You can just you can sniff it out. The amount of times that people jump on a bandwagon because it is the popular thing to do, and you can see that they have no actual morals and care about nothing at all. It's so obvious. It's so deeply obvious. And here's my other hot take, right? And it's not supposed to get me in trouble, but it might. If you, I'm not speaking to any of you, right? But if you are not political at this point, I think you're a fucking loser. If you have no understanding of politics at this point, I think you're a fucking loser. Like, I would probably, say that it's fine if you're quite young. Maybe. I would there's like, there are exceptions to this rule, I suppose. But truly. Guess I'm a loser. Yeah. That being said, I'm scanning my cards into Mana Box so that I know what I've got if I want to build like a pauper deck or something. So it's mainly just to know what I have. And if I need to sleeve anything. A lot of the time. It's also, I sort the lands out so that I've got all the lands that I need. I love the idea of enforced poverty. Yeah, it's really fun. Pauper is really fun. I don't have a very good deck yet, but it's fun. And I'm sure like some of these cards will be really good to make something with. Some of these do not scan very well though. Like, that's just not going to scan at all. I mean, I'm keeping it anyway, so it doesn't matter, but... I just want to be happy. Cool. Are you happy? I mean, ignorance is bliss, but I just don't think it leads to a very good life. I honestly would be embarrassed. I don't know. I don't know if this is a hot take because I'm just angry today. And I am angry a little bit. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a hot take. It just makes me angry that people can see what's going on and be like, oh, that doesn't affect me. Hot takes in this weather, miss. There's a total fire ban.
It's upside down. It's upside down.
Speaking of this stuff, if you're political as a gotcha or virtue signaling, that also sucks. Yep, and there's a lot of those as well. You don't even have to be publicly political. Like, but if you're not living your life in a political way, then... This is a full-blown house deposit, so... Lord,
Thanks to
meaning a
Jaeger
life
Larson
amount
for
of
my
months.
sub-gift. I am not a perfect vegan or a perfect leftist. I try to be goodish.
Correct, Shivering. Completely agree. That is not a thing. I put it in upside down. I have to pay attention. I mean, at least they're saying something, Blue. I don't know. I find celebrities a bit annoying in general in that way, but I don't know. I refrain from critiquing them because at least they're doing it, unlike fucking Taylor Swift at the moment. So, you know, she's fully out of the public consciousness and not saying shit, which... I don't know. At least they're saying something. I mean, a lot of people are extremely fearful and angry right now. She's a billionaire, that's why. I mean, yeah, obviously. Also, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I think this is where a lot of people get stuck as well. Like, you don't have to be a perfect anything. Something is better than nothing. You don't have to do it every day. Hi, Blong. You don't have to do it every day. You don't. But, I don't know. I love this card. Exactly, Shivering. Me too. I completely agree with you. Forlorn. Like, the reason I didn't even cover that much recently is because I felt burnt out, and I'm sure other people did too, you know? Like, I'm not perfect. I'm kind of shook about what happened in Perth yesterday. Like, what the fuck, in the media are downplaying what happened? Fucking hell. I mean, it's just gonna get exported here from the US. I mean, it's been a lot the whole time. Yeah, you're not wrong, Hustling. Sometimes you just need to do a little menial task and have a chat, you know? Sometimes that's all it is. Nothing crazy. I mean, sure, but then Blue, like, listen to your critique of Billy and Phineas, right? There is no winning. She says nothing, it's annoying. They say something, it's annoying. They, like, it's all annoying. Excuse me, could you? Some of these just don't scan. Which is fine. I'm fine about it, but I'm also just annoyed. One scan. I'm almost done, by the way. That's enough for that. What do you mean I'm like Gollum now? My precious. My little precious. I think it was more something to scare. Oh, I'm not done. I had these ones too. But I already decided, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm keeping them. It should scan anyway, but this sleeve, they probably won't scan. None of these are scanning. It's fine. 100% Blue. And that's part of the problem. Like, these voices take up space that could be used for organizing. You're right. I 100% agree with you. I think that person who threw the device in Perth was doing so without intent and like just to be a fuckwit, just to be scary. Truly. I think that's what it was. Forlorn. They found more chemicals at his home, so he's just stupid then. I know. My friend 3D printed this for me. I'm unsleeving this horrific deck. I tell you what, I will not be playing it again. These cards will be used for something else. I mean, I don't like Katy Perry either. No, the deck was not good, alright? It was not. It was 100% a bomb intended to cause harm. Well, I hope he rots in jail. I hope he rots in jail. I mean, probably Blue. It's such an odd pairing, but I don't hate it. Do you know what I mean? They're obviously super attracted to one another. I don't think it's a publicity relationship. You know, she's probably quite light for him, and I have no idea what their conversations look like, but sure. Yeah, it's definitely not a publicity thing. I think it's just a... My girlfriend went to space. She's so hot. I don't know. I don't get it. But when has love ever made sense? You know? Tim Hortons? Who? Yeah, she likes a man with a little bit of a femme moment to him. You know? I can respect her for that. You know, she likes a soft man. Doesn't everyone like a soft man? Well, I would never claim to speak for everyone. That would get me in trouble. You know? Oh, 100%. You'll never catch me in a Starbucks. The only chain you'll see me buying from here is probably Grilled. And I'm not bragging about it, but they do really cater for people with celiac disease and like people who need gluten-free. So that's kind of like one of the chains that I will go to. But you'll never catch me at a Starbucks. My local coffee spot is absolutely like a family-run business, you know? But yeah. What about Guzman? Nah, I hate it. I think it's such bad Mexican food. I don't get why everyone likes it so much. I think it tastes awful. I don't know. Is that a hot take? Like, give me authentic Mexican food, absolutely. But Guzman, it tastes so bad. You don't think it tastes bad? I think it tastes bad. I know, CJ, isn't it amazing? I think it tastes amazing, especially when fresh. I just so disagree. I love their mushroom burritos. I mean, maybe it's because I can't have a burrito because they're not gluten-free. Maybe I just don't get to get the good stuff. All I need is Mexican rice and beans. You and me both. I love a rice and bean moment. I mean, a lot of people like Dunkin's, I guess. Man, I hate capitalism. You and me both, sister. You and me both. Not a huge fan of burritos. Look, I don't know if I'd ever like willingly go for a burrito either. Yeah, me too. Champagne. I didn't even get coffee today. I stopped myself. I was like, girl, you don't need it. Maybe that's why I'm in a terrible mood. Huh. I'm uncaffeinated. I only ever have one a day. And to be fair, I really wanted an iced coffee this morning, but I also couldn't be bothered going and getting one. So, no terrible mood allowed. We're only doing good days this year. Well, I was thinking about it. Maybe I allow myself the last week of each month to just kind of like take a breath. And I mean, it's not always going to look like that, you know, but, you know, hormones. I have a medical procedure coming up, you know. I've got to just be gentle with myself. But I'm not counting this as a bad day because I've still done everything I had to do. My mood has been lower than the rest of the whole month combined. Like every other day has been really happy. But it's okay. It's called a luteal phase, guys. It's called a luteal phase. Alright, these are all the extended art cards that I like. Some are worth like $2, some are worth like $20. I'm a bit annoyed. I didn't pull any of the chase cards that I wanted. Because I really wanted Winnowing. I obviously really wanted Winnowing. And I really wanted Hexing Squelcher. And I really wanted Mornsong Aria. And I didn't get any of them, and I didn't pull any of them. And it's not that I'm not happy with what I did pull, because there are some incredibly beautiful cards in here. But I didn't pull one of the ones that I was chasing. And they weren't even super expensive or anything like that, you know? Oh my god, Blinky, I'm so excited. That would be really fun. You didn't even get a normal Squelcher? I didn't even get a normal Squelcher. I got the foot guy, but no Squelcher. And obviously never mind. I do have that one other collector booster in the draft box. I could give my friends a different prize. My favorite new card out of all of them. Just visually is this one. It's not really worth anything, but I love this one. I think it's really pretty. And I mean, I also like this one. Um, are games going to YouTube or just Fodland? What do you mean? Everything's on YouTube. What's the point of an unopened pack? Well, it's in the draft box, which is meant to be for a draft night with my friends that I intend to plan. With some who didn't get to play draft or whatever, you know? I'll probably hold myself back, but anyway, it's my birthday coming up soon in 3 months, and you could get me a collector booster box. I'm joking. I'll be right back. I feel like I need some sugar or something. I refrained from the sugar and got my binder instead. Ah, joy. A caramel drumstick? These are the cards. These are mine. I love these ones. Caramel drumstick. Delicious. I used to eat a drumstick with my mom, but I don't think it's very good for me, hey? I'm going with a lemon lime splice. Oh, guys, stop it. You have ice cream? What flavor? Do you have a first post-surgery food? I haven't even really thought about it. You stocked up on certain donuts before Snowmageddon? That's so funny. I love that. What would pair well with Frieren Season 2? I watched the first episode. I watched that last night and it was great. It was so wholesome. It was exactly what I needed. But I only watched the first episode, so. I'm probably going to wait until the season finishes so you can binge it. That's really valid. If I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like that is very valid. Some of these artworks are just so beautiful. Like, this set is just stunning. I can't get over it. Lincoln Lawyer is back next week. Nice. I know, it was such a nice throwback. Strawman, like the little parallel. Still haven't watched any of the new Pit. I haven't even watched the first season of the Pit. That's definitely on my list. I think this is the prettiest overgrown tomb as well. I think it's really pretty. You know what's so funny? When I give Pixel a shower, she's so tired. Do you know what I mean? Like she's like out like a fucking light. She's just, you know, it's so much what do you call it? It's so much mental stimulation that she's just like, okay, that was good. I'm sleepy. Thanks. Oh, shivering. Lol. There we go. So chat, this is my non-trade binder, if you would like to see. And if you look at the first page, it begins with my Edge of Eternity set that I'm still missing 3 cards from. And I still have a few others. And then I've got these are very pretty too. Love them. These are my Lord of the Rings cards. These are my original set from Whenever cards. I've got some Avatar ones here. And that's one of the first Deadly Relics I ever pulled. And then we hit the new stuff. And these are all the ones I'm keeping from here. God, the Edge of Eternity special guests are incredible. Aren't they? Just the best. I really need to finish a lot of them. I love them so much. Which 3 cards are you missing? I've got it in a notes app. Gemstone Caverns, Plaza of Heroes, Reflecting Pool, and Mirror Pool. But they're all expensive, so I'll have to wait and see how I can get my hands on those ones. Hi Ruggers, how you doing this evening? Num, hello. Anybody else I haven't said hi to? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. What's the difference between a reflecting and mirror? They're just different cards. Ruggers, don't worry, I wasn't into MTG when it came out in the early 90s either. So, don't stress too much. You can get in at any time. Apart from gemstones, which is ridiculously expensive, those are very achievable, yeah. Ekphrasis? That is a new word that no one would know if you used it. Unless you existed in very specific circles. Why is the gemstones one so spendy? I think it's just a good card. And it's also beautiful. Oh wow, that is an interesting word. It lets you start with extra mana turn 1. Yeah. Any sort of extra mana land rampy kind of thing. Pretty crazy. Oh, you're up. Hello, darling. Are you feeling nice and clean? Would you like to say hello to everyone? Yeah. Say hi, everyone. I smell amazing. Oh, you smell like such a clean dog. That's so crazy. You're so clean. You're so clean and fluffy. And your eyes are so pretty. Look at your beard. Oh, look at your beard. Oh, look at your beard. Look, it's so grey. It's so salt and pepper, baby. Pixel. Hold on, she's not comfortable. Pixel, can you look at me? Hello? Pixel? Hello? Hi? Pixel, I was wondering, would you, for maybe, like some more dinner? Like, are you a little bit hungry still? Yeah? Would you like a little bit more? Because I think there's still a little bit more chicken in the bag. Yeah? What do you think? I can read it like a book. Come on. I just wanted to see how hot it was outside still, and it is boiling. It's still 39 degrees at 8:30. That is so dangerous. Like 39 degrees, trying to sleep in 39 degrees without aircon. Oh god, yeah, Queef, that's 39 degrees, no aircon. That is just so hot. Not the fairies stealing a single grocery, shivering. That's so funny. Minus 18 in my area. Well, it feels like it's minus 18 in here, but I don't want to turn the aircon off because Pixel doesn't like it when the air's not moving when it's hot. I don't think she copes very well. Like the only real walk she's getting, the only walk she got this morning was at 7 a.m. and she can't really have another one. Oyster, we're living the same life. We're actually the same person. Crazy. Can you believe it? I can't. Is it an AU thing that we all have to check just in case it's not hot? I don't know. She loves to swim, Evan. She loves to swim. She hasn't been for a swim in a while, but Pixel loves swimming. I took her to the beach a couple of times earlier in the month, but yeah, Pixel, big swimmer dog. Pixel, where's your ball? Where's your ball? Has she learned to pace her energy so she doesn't get tired in the middle of a lake? I really don't let her go all the way out into the middle of a lake. But if I saw her drowning, I'd be in there in 5 seconds. She did once jump in somewhere where she shouldn't have jumped in, and I was very scared. I was like, oh my god, how are you getting out of there, little rat? But she managed, you know, survival instincts. Maybe, Rangy. Poodle comes from the German word for puddle. Time for a Huckleberry Finn Moon River trip. I mean, that's because they were duck retrievers, you know? My little duck retriever dog. Yeah, shivering. It's so cute, isn't it? It's so cute. This channel truly is about ducks. I mean, it is. Maybe we could find, actually, you know what we haven't reacted to in a while, which might be a little fun?
This episode sponsored by Brilliant. When they first emerge from the nursery that their mother built, mantids don't look like much. Sort of a booger but ribbed for pleasure vibe. Not
I'll
all
start
that
again,
intimidating
don't
at this point, are they? Now, the first order of business is to wriggle out of a tight cocktail dress sort of
Why
membrane
not
that surrounds
salmon?
them. And as they do, you can start to see their legs. This episode sponsored by Brilliant. When they first emerge from the nursery that their mother built, mantids don't look like much. Sort of a booger but ribbed for pleasure vibe. Not all that intimidating at this point, are they? Now,
Not the
first order
booger
of
ribbed
business
for
is to wriggle
pleasure.
out of a tight cocktail dress sort of membrane that surrounds them. And as they do, you can start to see their legs and their antennae. You know, getting those antennae out, that's a real bitch. That membrane, she was saying, is attached to the inside of the egg case by a silken thread that her mummy made. Some foresight there, because this little baby can use it to climb down. Of course, she's not alone. She's got some siblings up in there. And pretty soon there's a whole mess of them
Oh my
hanging by
gosh.
their butts like anatomically correct Spider-Men.
Oh.
And women, when they finally get down from the ropes course, the world is a bit stacked against them. I mean, they're barely a thing at this point. You can see right through them. The outside bits probably don't even have that much of a crunch. And to make matters worse, there isn't that much of a sibling bond going on. Around the same time that you and I were swaddled up and sucking on a tit, these ones are surrounded by cannibals. Look at this
Oh,
one. He's
they
pulling
eat
on his
each
own leg
other?
to get away from that ass biter.
Oh my
Now, if they
God.
survive that gauntlet, they have to get themselves to some food and shelter. But at this stage, they don't have their wings. They can, however, jump. And they're damn good at it, too. Look at this one mugging for the camera. Shameless. It's not about you. They can even push off smooth surfaces like glass because they have these little toe pads for extra grippage. Because they're pushing off with their back legs, their bodies rotate in the air. But they can stabilize this with their Really, Jerry? Yes, I want you to change it. All right. They can modify their posture mid-air to line up with the target. These mantid nymphs will have to go through a series
Wow.
of molts before they reach adulthood. And it's in that final molt. God, that's a terrible word.
Wow, they molt again?
Anyway, it's in the final one that they get their wings, as well as functioning naughty bits. It's a pretty exciting day. I'm sure it beats finding your first pubic hair.
Hi, Professor Babington.
And that was pretty exciting. Now, they don't all come out the oven looking like this. You know, this one's a bit vanilla, or mint, I guess. But mantids come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You'll notice that most of them go for a sort of camouflage situation. Now,
Gosh,
this
they're
hidey-hidey
so
business is
interesting.
important. Not only because there's birds out there with bad intentions, but also because mantids are ambush hunters. Now, I don't know how much ambushing you've done, but it works a lot better if they can't see you. If they can, it gets awkward. How come you're crouching behind the water cooler sort of deal? Zip. Now, depending on where they live, they've evolved to blend into all sorts of things. Jerry, there's not one in this shot. No, it doesn't underscore the point. Anyway, they've evolved to blend into a bunch of things. See, now my rhythm's off. Sure, you
Chat, if you were a praying mantis, what would you evolve to blend into? I think I would be a green one.
got some slackers that didn't put much effort into it. I mean, being long and green is sort of straight out of Hiding in Nature 101. But you can see that selection has a way of pushing you towards some of the details. This one picked up some of that reddish fringe. Look at the back end on this one. You'll see some stripes that are just around the right distance. And here you got, what is that, a leopard print? You could blend into brunch at the yacht
Not
club.
the leopard
A
print
number of others
green.
went for stick. It's a bit Captain Obvious, if you ask me. I mean, they're not obvious. That's the whole point, but you know what I'm saying. But for my money, it's the ones that went for leaf that you want to take the lessons from.
Wow.
Especially the dead ones. It's a lot of edging. You got to get your crimping iron out. But if you want the Oscar, it's all about
That's crazy. Imagine evolving to look like a dead leaf.
method acting. And they lean into it, literally. Get their sway on. What's that, Mommy? Is it dangerous? Oh no, that's just a leaf dangling in the wind. Can I touch it? You know, and then you're giving away size small clothing at the yard sale. All right, that's dark. A lot of this sort of camouflage is about blending into the clutter. Ragged edges and mottled coloration. You
They
don't
all just kind of look a little drunk.
have to be perfect, you just have to be kind of messy in the right way. There are, however, mantids that have evolved to look like things that are fairly specific, like some mantid nymphs that seem to mimic a specific species of ant. It's the attitude that gives them away, though. This one's ready to fight the whole fucking world. For a long time, it was assumed that orchid
Shut
mantises
up.
were mimicking
Shut
a
up.
specific species of
What? I did not know these existed. Look at that. Oh my god, nature is insane. Oh my god, we have reason to live again. This is what? Look at it. What is evolution?
orchids. Makes sense, right? Look just like a flower, hide amongst them, and then eat things that come to pollinate them. Of course, the science hippies had to come in and say it was more complicated. It's a bummer that bullshit's so much easier to understand. So anyways, here's the deal. The orchid mantis gets into the whole deception thing fairly young. When they're babies, they're tiny, so tiny that ants prey on them. See that little red thing under the leaf? That's one getting chased right there. The red and black bodysuit is assumed to mimic an assassin bug. You can probably trick a couple ants that way, the dumb ones. After the first molt, sounds like you're trying to deep throat a cue ball. Molt? Anyway, they change color and start getting that flower vibe. They also start to develop these petal-shaped lobes on the back two pair of legs, sort of like fake glutes. The thought was that this was to trick pollinators into thinking they were an orchid which they would hide amongst. Now to our eyes that seems plausible, but insects see the world different, and to a bee the orchid mantis doesn't necessarily read orchid, but it does look like a flower to die for. Sorry. The pigment that gives the mantis its color absorbs UV light, just like many flowers do. And to pollinators, this makes it pop out from the background. The mantis
Wow.
also seems to emit some chemical cues. And all of this works so well that many pollinators prefer the mantis over real flowers. So instead of mimicking a specific flower, they seem to have hacked their prey's sensory systems to become a thing that just sort of exudes flowerness. But what about those flower petals they have on their legs? I mean, that seems fairly specific. There's a reason I've been going on about Brilliant for years now. It's because Brilliant helps you
Imagine
become a
getting a
better
bouquet
thinker
of
and
that instead of
problem
flowers.
solver
I
in a
think I'd
fun,
be kinda
engaging
into
way.
it.
They've
I'm
got
not
Oodles and Oodles,
anti-insect.
that's a science
I'm
word
only
of fun interactive lessons in
anti-insects
math,
that
science,
will
programming, data
kill me.
analysis, and AI. Take some of those and you can start to understand what those science hippies are on about. Certainly a better way to learn than watching videos, except mine, of course. But playing with concepts in a hands-on way has been proven to be more effective. Helps your brain parts get it in there so it sticks. You know, science is all about building on fundamental concepts. And Brilliant has a whole course on scientific thinking that helps you build up your intuitions on things like the physics of light, how gears work, digital circuits, things you experience every day. And being in the world is more fun when you know how it ticks. To try everything that Brilliant has to offer for free,
I
visit
love the way this guy
brilliant.org/Zayfrag
educates. I
or
think
scan
it's
the
so
QR code on
smart.
screen. Or you can just hit that link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. It's
Like,
not easy to find a
if I
sponsor
had
you
my way, this would be on the curriculum for like all 15-year-old boys, you know?
believe in, and Brilliant's that for me. Go check them out today. Where were we? Oh, right. So if orchid mantises don't really look like orchids to their prey, then why bother with the fancy petal-shaped leg lobes? Well, the science hippies looked into that too. Built a model mantis out of clay that the pollinators were just as attracted to. I mean, at this point, you gotta start wondering about these pollinators. But this allowed them to move those leg lobes around or remove them altogether. And it turns out they don't really matter that much, at least not the pollinators. But they do seem to have another function. The juvenile mantis
I don't know how I feel about them eating butterflies, though. That was a lot. What do you mean? What do you mean?
may not have wings, but they can use those lobes to glide. In fact, they're the best-known gliding arthropod, sort of a niche awards category. And it seems like those leg lobes may have evolved for that function first. Now, some other
They're like, I
mantises
wanna be
evolved
part
lobes on
flower
their
and
front legs,
part
not for
butterfly?
gliding, but so they can do these karate chop dance moves. And they do these when they're about to get their ass kicked. Now, to a predator, this sort of thing is probably just straight up confusing. But if they do get attacked, these lobes can act as decoys. You can see that other mantis goes for the lobe, not the body. And you'd rather get a scratch on your arm than your head bit. And that's the thing, under pressure, a lot of mantises don't
That's
just tuck
so
tail and run.
beautiful. Like, look at it. You know, if this is my first life and I do get to reincarnate, maybe I will choose praying mantis. Just, you know, and if I beat the cannibalism, maybe I just have like a little life as a praying mantis one time. I always thought I would choose bird. But look at that.
Get big, stand their ground. And on the other side of that camo, some of them have some fancy shit going on. You know how like some rich people
Oh
have
my
those
God.
red-soled shoes to warn you they might be toxic? These startle displays are used to confuse a predator, make them pause for a second and wonder just who it is.
Chat, this is how I picture you. When I look at chat, this is how I picture you all.
They're f***ing with. Now you're probably wondering how well it works, and I'll let you know how this scene plays out in a minute. But you'll notice that this one's sort of swaying back and forth. It's
That
not just to look
looks
cray-cray, it also has to do
terrifying.
with how mantises perceive depth. Just by moving their head, even with a single eye, they can use something called parallax. The idea here is that as you move, things closer to you move more than things farther away. Here, we'll track the tips of these two leaves. You know something's closer to you because it appears to move a lot more than the stuff behind it. Another way to judge depth is pretty straightforward, literally. It's called looming. That's when an object appears to get bigger in your visual field fairly quickly. You don't need a ton of fancy calculations to know you're about to get hit in the face. But mantises have another trick, and for that it's worth a refresher on how we perceive depth. We use something called stereopsis. Because our eyes are a few inches apart, the image that's projected onto the back of each eye is slightly different. You know this because when you were bored as hell as a child, you'd focus on an object, then alternate which eye was open and watch things that were in front or back of that object shift. Listen, I grew up in the 80s. That's what we did. What our big fancy brain does is take these two different images and essentially move them over each other to find areas of matching brightness. The more it has to shift these images to match an object, the closer that
That is so wild. That's why sometimes when you disassociate and it goes kind of blurry, you stop perceiving death. Death? Depth even? It's okay, Chad. Don't worry about it. I don't perceive death.
object is. The brightness of that object in each eye has to be roughly the same though. If you put on special glasses that reverse the brightness in one eye, even though the shapes are the same, we could no longer compute the depth. Our brains are constantly doing this brightness matching, and it's a heavy lift. Insects and their tiny brains, by and large, don't do this. Their eyes also see two slightly different images, but their brains don't really match them up. But mantises seem to be unique among insects in that they do something similar to what we do, and it comes in handy when they want to eat one of the—
Okay, but look how just like fucking chill this bug looks. Just having a little lean back with my lots of legs, and I'm so comfortable. I've got tech neck, but I'm ready for my afternoon snack.
those little green burritos there. Perthwap. Instead of matching up brightness in each eye, they match up areas where there's motion. Doesn't even have to look the same in each eye, just has to move. Schwaba! They know this because they put little 3D glasses on mantises. With wax, they come off. That way they could control what each eye sees.
Not them putting their 3D glasses on the mantis.
Like one eye could only see the red dot and the other eye could only see the blue one. If we wore the glasses, this would be like a crappy 3D movie, with a single purplish dot that would appear to float. But because it's standing still, the mantis most likely doesn't experience this as having depth. But once those dots start moving, the mantis system turns on. Now with those glasses, it's all 3D. And when it appears to be in the sweet spot about 2.5 centimeters away, they strike. So those little mantis brains don't have to calculate all the time, only when it counts. Now in terms of mantid strikes, I told you that we'd follow up on this scenario. Oh, all right. Well, that didn't play out like I thought it would. But listen, you should know, lizards and mantids have beef, and it starts in childhood. Back then, the lizards, they're like bullies on the playground. I mean, the stakes are a bit higher, but you can see it's not exactly a fair fight.
No.
But by the time that the mantis hits puberty, it's a different story. Look at that, he's found his swagger. Not sure that shaking your ass has ever looked so intimidating. That lizard's having some second thoughts, isn't he? And then by the time they're full grown, I mean, it's a mantis the size of you. And I'm sure in this situation, you do the same thing that the lizard does. Run away! Now you can see that this lizard here had a bit more bravado. And the technique, by the way, you'll notice that it went right for its head. It's like fighting a zombie, you gotta take out the brain. Because here's what happens when you don't. Now this is a little unusual because you see that the mantis used the tip of its leg to pierce through the eye of the lizard. Normally the mantis strike is much more grabby-grabby. I'm sure you've seen it. It sort of starts off in a reverse boxer pose. The front part of the leg, the tibia, is folded back against the femur. And by the way, this right here is what happens when you cut funding. The science hippies can't even afford the real flowers. Gotta go down to the Dollar General in their home decor section. Whoops. Now inside those legs, they're all Popeye, filled with these bulky muscles. When they're in this cocked pose, they build up a little tension. And then if something gets in their strike zone, the whole thing goes off in 2 stages. Oh geez, Jerry, can you get one that's not an idiot? In the first stage, they kick the whole thing out, sending the front part of the legs just beyond the prey. Then the flexors kick in, putting the brakes on that movement, and snapping the tibia back towards the femur, trapping the prey between those 2 rows of spines. Because these movements are controlled by muscles and not a spring, for example, the movements are quite precise and can be adjusted for the size of the prey and its speed. They're not
That's
perfect. I mean, you try
crazy.
kicking out and catching something behind your knee, but they've got a don't quit attitude and they'll do it again until they get it right. Now, there is this one newly discovered species in Peru that seems to do it a bit different. The front of their leg is evolved into a sort of fork, a combat fork with serrated tines. And they
What?
use this to directly stab insects instead of grabbing them. Look at how proud of herself this one looks. Now, if you mix all this weaponry with that built-in mantis aggression, you could imagine that making babies can get a bit intense. In most cases, the female is larger, so you definitely want to wait till she's ready. And luckily, she makes that pretty clear. She's got a gland in her abdomen that releases some let's get busy stank. Now, in many species, you can't see
Not the let's get busy stank.
it, but you can see this sort of drop that ass pose that she assumes. I mean, she's upside down, so it's more of a lifting butt. More of a lifting. But the female Stenophylla lobovertex has a very prominent gland.
Oh.
Pops right out and wafts
Oh.
its beguiling pheromones.
Oh.
Now, the male's antennae are packed with these little sensory hairs that can pick up on those cues. When he does do, it's usually best to approach with a bit of caution. You've seen what happens when things appear in their strike zone. Now, there are exceptions. The male springbok mantis is a bit short on patience. He goes right in and makes a wrestling match out of it. It's a bit of a questionable tactic. About half the males are dead before they even get a chance to mate. And the female often gets injured, the whole thing's a mess. In most species, the males have more chill. Play it cool until you're close enough and on the right side of those grabbers. Then you make your move. From here, it's a bit of a make sure you bring the manual sort of sex, because the female has a genital plate that needs to be pried open. Typical male, he's got a whole bunch of tools for the job. There's a hook for the prying, and then another doodad to hold it open. The males typically approach from the right and dress to the left, as the tailors say. And as you can imagine, the whole thing often takes some doing. Once it's all in place, the transfer of his sperm to her spermatheca can take between 20 minutes and 6 hours, depending on, well,
You're joking. No. Not the 6-hour ADHD praying mantis. What? Oh my god. 6 hours? This poor. 6 hours? I changed my mind about being a praying mantis, by the way.
You know how it goes. Might be thinking about work or the cat jumps on the bed. Now, most of the time, for most species, the male walks away
Oh.
just fine. Sure,
Oh.
once in a while, she's hungry. I mean, we've all been there, and DoorDash takes forever. Mommy, do you remember Daddy? Sure, he was delicious, great looking. Now, the female sort of pockets that sperm and can use it a few times. I mean, you can't blame her. Who wants to go through all that every time you want to make a baby? But when she's ready, she lays down a frothy
joking.
substance, a bit like spray foam insulation, which later hardens into an ootheca, a casing in which she'll lay all her future little badasses. And that, my love, is how the mantis do. And that's the thing that no one tells you about eating butterfly. I mean, sure, they're delicious, but they're like the Ritz cracker of the insect world. You end up with crumbs all over you. It's like a second meal getting that shit off.
I have not. Oh no, this is scary though. That's scary, the poor mantis, but he's giving Dark Souls. Yeah. Sure is. Weird beard's gone. It's not okay. It's not okay. That's crazy. What do you mean you have to pry it open to mate? It's like going in for a pap smear and then... Oh, Jesus. Haven't watched one of those in a while, have we? Do you think I could eat a carrot and some hummus? I feel like I can. Maybe not. No, before the colonoscopy, I'm not allowed to eat. Nope. Like it says, you can't have baked beans, casseroles, lentils, legumes, rissoles, stir-fry meals, nuts and seeds, pizza. You can't have brown rice, brown pasta, porridge, muesli, crumpets, muffins with fruit, wholemeal flour. I can't even have the orange. Guess I can have cheese and biscuits again. It's a lot of cheese in one day, though. I don't know if I will even risk the fruit juice. I'm just trying to, you know, drink water, and I'll have some maybe crosscuts and cheese. Anything that might leave scattered debris or have colors of any sort? Yeah. You can eat salmon, right, though? That's still fine, because that doesn't have color. Choose beef, veal, lamb, eggs, pork, poultry, fish, or shellfish. And you can have white rice. So tonight, for me, is really just that and, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'll put on it. Maybe just salt and pepper. Salmon has color added, tuna doesn't. I think it'll be okay. You had to do 3 weeks of prep? Like yesterday, I really only had sushi and some chips and a glass of Coke Zero. I don't even think I can really have the carrots. It says no vegetables. Doctor didn't believe in any risk whatsoever. I mean, I won't. This will not be risky for me. I might just have some crosscuts with cheese. Maybe. I can have that. Yeah, I do have a protein drink. I have like protein water. What do you mean, the obsession, Jaeger? I kind of overdid coconut water when I was vegan and now I don't really like the taste. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty yummy. You know, biscuits with cheese is pretty good. I am kind of moody though. Like I am moody today. just because I didn't do anything. It was hot and I can't eat properly. You know, like I feel restricted, Jaeger. You don't find joy in food? Food is like one of the things that it really makes you being human. Like, you have to eat. Brian, it's not till Friday. But you do come across as hungry. I'm just a little flat. Maybe I'll sing and I'll feel better. We'll see. I think food is one of those things that human beings can really bond over. That's probably why we talk about it so much. Mm. A CT scanner isn't so bad. Brian, do you have to get the dye injected? Like, is it with contrast? The only thing I don't like about eating these is that they get stuck in your teeth. Because they disintegrate so fast, you know? KK Brian. It's 42 degrees here, Brian. And I haven't really done anything today. I don't even have good stories. "20 kilograms of kidney beans. Do you like beans and rice?" Yeah, guys, is that how you have them? Or how do you cook them? I like beans. Kidney beans are great. I haven't had a chili in a really long time, and I would love one. It's a bit scary, Brian. Nice, Tasty. You're almost free. That sounds amazing. No vegetables in there? You don't put like a carrot or an onion or anything in there? But that sounds delicious. No, Jaeger, it's called boy kibble. That's what we call it now, boy kibble. I don't mind a chickpea. But isn't a chickpea a legume? Wait. Is a chickpea a bean? What's a kepper onion? A chickpea is a legume, but not a bean. How crazy. A hill of beans to die upon. I'm so bored of food. Whatever. I've watched Interview with a Vampire. I think it was a while ago, but crazy learnings tonight. Hi, little darling. I used to eat the lemon tuna. From bugs to beans, this stream has it all. I feel like it's a little boring, but oh well. Can't all be good streams, I suppose. I'm insecure. Do I have to get the image out? No. It's fine. It's been nice and chill. I hate you. What do you want, baby? What time did I start? 7. No, you don't need to, Dal. You got plenty of time. You're just bored. I don't even know if my voice will sound good tonight because it's been so hot and I'm probably dehydrated. Fuck, I get some weird recommendations. I saved us a video though, the new Shanspeare one. I might watch it tomorrow night. It's the What Happened to the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. That could be interesting. What are you going to do for lunch? What's it like in the winter time? Is it a boiga? Not beans and bugs. Ooh, falafel?
Just enough
someone who isn't me. Why are we here talking about vasectomies? Did you get someone pregnant? Someone who isn't me. Did you take her to the clinic? Did you hold her hand? Is she having your baby? But you give me just enough hope to hold on to. Nothing. Yeah, you give me just enough hope to hold on to. Don't you? Hi, my poggies. That one's called Just Enough. It's by Lily Allen. It's on a new album. I would love to sing that.
Mystery of Love, please.
I will sing it straight after this. The whole town is talking about how you've fallen in love. I read in the papers you're someone that girls dream about. Some kind of ruler on top of a kingdom. I'm just a jester, I'll never be him. Last night you called to me. It almost killed me to hear you scream my name. Your smile still kills the same. I almost turned around. You chased me to the ground. You asked me how I've been, but how do I begin to tell you? I should have chased you across every single state. I lay down my sword for fate, 'cause it's too little, way too late. I didn't need the reminder of things I've done wrong, of promises broken, fragility hidden in song. Guess that we're soulmates in different lifetimes. What if you leave him? Throw me a lifeline. I know you're happy, but it just killed me to hear you scream my name. A clear fucking X-ray of if I'd stuck around. I swear to God, I almost drowned. You asked me how I've been, but how could I stay. I give in, I have decayed. I lay my sword down anyway. I'll see you at heaven's gate, 'cause it's too little, way too late. I'll toast outside your wedding day. Whisper vows I'll never say to you, 'cause it's too little, way too late. It's 'cause it is Leve, Zap. I have an idea of who requested this one, so thank you for that. I do love singing this one. Hard to see without my eyes. The first time that you kissed me, boundless by the time I cried. I built your walls around me. White noise, what an awful sound. Fumbling by Rogue River, feel my feet above the ground. Hand of God, deliver me. Oh, it's me. The first time that you touched me. Oh, will wonders ever cease? Blessed be the mystery of love. I saw Tari, famous, welcome on in. Lord, I no longer believe, drowned in living waters, cursed by the love that I received from my brother's daughter, like a Phaeacian who died. Alexander's lover, now my riverbed has dried. Shall I find no other? Woe is me. I'm running like a blower. Now I'm prone to misery. The birthmark on your shoulder reminds me. That song tickles my brain, like in an almost like meditative way a little bit. Here we go again. Everything is fine. I guess we could pretend we didn't cross a line. But ever since that day, everything has changed. The way I write your name, the cursive letter A, whenever it may be that you go on your way. If you really wanna leave, I'll never make you stay. Whatever you decide, I will understand, and it'll all be fine. Just go back to being friends. And love is a kaleidoscope. How it works we'll never know. And even all the change is somehow all the same. Turning to the left and right, colors shining in your eye. And even upside down, it's beautiful somehow. It's never just a shape alone. Love is a kaleidoscope. And if you ever find someone who could write a better song for you, well, I'd love to see them try. Put it all in words and sing it all in tune. There's no one else who could. The only one is you. And if you change your mind, I will understand. And it'll just take time to go back to being friends. And love is a kaleidoscope. How it works we'll never know. And even all the change is somehow all the same. Turning to the left and right, colors shining in your eye. And even upside down, it's beautiful somehow. Every color of the rainbow. Don't be afraid to hold it close. It's never just a shape alone. Love is a kaleidoscope. Thanks for the roses, everybody. I'm so glad you liked it, Bob.
Boy!
White flag.
Thanks for poggies.
if I didn't say it, well, I still felt it. Where's the sense in that? Promise I'm not trying to make your life harder or return to where we were. But I will go down with this ship, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. I know I left too much mess and destruction to come back again. And I cause nothing but trouble. I understand if you can't talk to me again. And if you live by the rules, it's over, then I'm sure that that makes sense. I will go down with this ship, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. And when we meet, which I'm sure we will, all that was there will be there still. I'll let it pass and hold my tongue. You will think that I've moved on. I will go down with this ship, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. I will go down with this ship, and I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. I will go down with this ship. I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be.
You are so welcome, Apoggies. You picked a good song for the vibe. I liked it a lot. Going down with the ship is my specialty. Okay, so I've just got a chat full of captains. You're so welcome, Rangi. I'm so glad you like it here. It's very wholesome. See, all or nothing is a terrible specialty to have because sometimes you've just got to do the thing and it can't be well done. Like you've got to learn to sit in unfinished. I feel like it gets easier as you get older and less people give you closure, and then you're like, oh, I have to do that for myself. Kind of, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of how I feel about it anyway. Like, it's so funny, I don't need closure from anyone anymore. Like, if something happens in my life, I am not somebody who needs to send an essay ever. I did it so many times in my early 20s. And now I don't.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you did dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
You know, Fox, I kind of felt the same way. Like, Wicked needed its closure, but it did not have the same energy as the first, and I do agree with that. Which is fine. I still think Ariana did a very good job acting, but there were bits that annoyed me, for sure.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, oh birds, they fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Oh, birds they fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
I sang that one at my auntie's, or my great auntie's funeral. Also, I agree, Vox. It's not really so much about me being able to say goodbye. I hold on to people a lot, but I've realized other people aren't like that. So when people don't feel a need to say goodbye to me, it doesn't bother me anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. I'm not very good at I don't like saying goodbyes. I like if I have chosen to love you and I have chosen to love a lot of people. I don't want to say goodbye. I would if I had to, but yeah.
With you.
I would love to sing that.
I could find the whole meaning of life in those sad eyes. They've seen things that you never quite say, but I hear. Come out of hiding, I'm right here beside you. And I'll stay there as long as you'll let me. Because you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me. I promise you do. You matter too. I promise you do. You'll see. You matter to
It's
me.
addictive the minute you let yourself think. The things that I say just might matter to someone. All of this time I've been keeping my mind on the running away. And for the first time, I think I consider this day. Because you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me. I promise you do. You matter too. I promise you do. You'll see. You matter to me.
Dear baby, one day somebody is gonna hold you for 20 minutes straight. They're not gonna ask you any questions, they're just gonna listen to you. I don't know this monologue, but it's so pretty. I should learn it.
And you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody.
You matter to me. I promise you do.
Come out of hiding, I'm right here
You
beside
matter
you.
too.
As long as you
I
have me.
promise you
Come
do.
out of hiding, I'm right here
You
beside
matter
you.
too. Promise you do.
I do promise you do. You matter to
Promise
me.
you do.
You'll see. You matter to me.
We will not go quietly into the night. Today is the day we reclaim our independence. Sorry. I still get chills from that stupid speech. I don't even care. Me too. Me too.
I picked up your shirts this morning. I don't know why. I don't know why. Mr. Reynolds said to say hello. I started to cry. Every place we ever walked and everywhere we talked, I miss you. You never leave my mind. So much of you is left behind. You took my days with you. Took my nights with you. Those unfinished conversations we used to have still speak to me, and I write you letters every day that I'll never send, and you'll never see. All this wishful thinking gets me nowhere. I can't stay, though my heart is broken. It keeps breaking every day. You took my hopes with you. Took my dreams with you. I keep thinking that you'll be calling. Everyone says that it's all in my head, and I can't accept it yet. I'm not ready to just give in. I know that I can live in this pain with these feelings of regret. I can't comprehend this and pretend that I don't care. Any place I wanna be, I wanna see. Took my life with you. Took my word with you.
Thanks, my puggies.
Boy!
Save the best for last.
I like this one. I've forgotten about it. I loved this song when I was young for some reason.
Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. I see the passion in your eyes. Sometimes it's all a big surprise. 'Cause there was a time when all I did was wish you'd tell me this was love. It's not the way I hoped or how I felt. Somehow it's enough. And now we're standing face to face. Isn't this world a crazy place? Just when I thought a chance had passed, you go and save the best for last. All of those nights you came to me, when some silly girl had set you free. You wondered how you'd make it through. I wondered what was wrong with you. 'Cause how could you give your love to someone else and share your dreams with me? Sometimes the very thing you're looking for is the one thing you can't see. And now we're standing face to face. Isn't this world a crazy place? Just when I thought a chance had passed, you go and save the best for last. La di da di da di Sometimes the very thing you're looking for is the one thing you can't see. Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. Just when I thought a chance had passed, you go and save the best for last. You went and saved the best for
Boy!
Betty Davis eyes, please.
I would love to sing that, but I just thought of a song, so I'm doing it after my pick. Hope it's okay.
Hey lady, you lady, cursing at your life. You're a discontented mother and a regimented wife. I've known how you dream about the things you'll never do, but I wish someone had to talk to me like I wanna talk to you. Ooh, I've been to Georgia and California and anywhere I could run. Took the hand of a preacher man and we made love in the sun. But I ran out of places and friendly faces because I had to be free. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. Please, lady, don't just walk away. 'Cause I have this need to tell you what paradise is. It's a lie, a fantasy we create about people and places as we'd like them to be. But you know what truth is? It's that little baby you're holding. It's that man you fought with this morning. The same one you're going to make love to tonight. That's true. That's life. Sometimes I've been to crying for unborn children that might have made me complete. But I took the sweet life and never knew I'd be bitter from the sweet. I spent my life exploring the subtle whoring that costs too much to be free. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to you. I've been to paradise, California and anywhere I could run. I've been to paradise. I've been to Nice and the Isle of Greece while my ship champagne on that yacht. Can't say that. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to you. That was definitely on a mix CD that existed in my childhood. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for the roses. Her hair is hollow gold. Her lips are sweet surprise. Her hands are never gold. She's got Betty Davis eyes, and she turn the music on you. You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York Star. She got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you on the better just to please you. She's precocious and she knows just what it takes to make a problem. She got Greta Garbo stand outside. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll let you take her home. It whets her appetite. She'll lay you on her throne. She got Betty Davis eyes. She'll take a tumble on you, roll you like you would die, until you come out blue. She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll expose you when she snows you. I'll be feet with the crumbs. She throws you. She's ferocious and she knows just what it takes to make a problem. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you all the better just to please you. She's precocious and she knows just what it takes to make a problem. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes.
Heaven is a place on earth.
God, we've hit the 80s. This is really hard to sing my podcast. I don't know if I'll be able to sing it very well tonight, just so you know.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. When the night falls down, I'll wait for you when you come around, and the world's alive with the sound of kids on the street outside. When you walk into the room, you pull me close and we start to move, and we're spinning with the stars above, and you lift me up in a wave of love. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. When I feel alone, I reach for you and you bring me home. When I'm lost at sea, I hear your voice and it carries me. In this world we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Baby, I was afraid before, but I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on In this world, we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Baby, I was afraid before, but I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Ooh. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Heaven is a place on earth. You could search the world and never find such good goop.
Smixel social smixel social smixel social smixel social
Albatross.
smixel social
53
smixel
months
social
in a
smixel
sneaky
social
T3.
smixel
Thank
social
you so
smixel
much.
social smixel 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 social.
You are too kind. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. 53 months is a long time. Chat, I'll do one more. And then I'm gonna go cook my salmon and rice and sook about being hungry and grumpy.
I told you things that I never said. You're the golden boy and my worst regret. So I cut the cost and I let me feel it. You were all at once till the fade to black. Took your cigarettes and bombs back. You were in my hands, now you're on my ceiling. But has the city been? You get recognized at the local bar by the drunken guys and the starlit girls. They claw for pieces. Do you give a few? Do you like that? Do you freak out or get sad? Do you go home or am I reaching? Hey, wait, guess what? Yesterday I stopped and played it safe instead of walking straight to you to say, stay, never mind, okay, don't mean it, plus you've changed, not much, but just enough to throw away. Fake fantasies and games, I've lost a year, it's strange. Composed 100 ways to tell you, hey, what if I took your call as more than just a call, as writing on the walls? You built this cage, lost color in my face. You're fair and I'm insane. Hallucination, shame, guilt, pain, more pain, more pain, more pain, more pain. And I never said to anybody else I regret them, but I'll pack it up and practice leaving. You were all at once, to the fade to black, to the yellow glow, turned a little sad. You were in my hands, but you couldn't leave it.
I think it was Arclight who reminded me that song existed, and now I have remembered it. can raid Ruby. That's crazy. They're playing Magic. How do I do this? Oh, thanks, Speed Razor. Well, my darlings, I will be back tomorrow night. I will be back tomorrow night. Same time, and it's kind of my last stream for 3 days because of my procedure. So come be nice to me. Oh, Rangy, you're so nice. That felt awful for me. I think I've done a really terrible job, but you know what? I appreciate you saying that. Thanks, everyone. No, you're all great. Have a glass of water and enjoy your snack that isn't white as I enjoy my white diet. Okay. I'm going to go try and read my book now. You're getting spayed. Something like that.